Hello, everyone. Mary Keefe here, Music and Liturgy. I wrote the first and what I thought was pretty close to the final draft of this reflection a couple of weeks ago. But that was before the devastating tragedy of the Clancy family. I knew that revision had to be made in major ways. So I had asked the Lord before I began a couple of weeks ago, what do you want me to say, Lord? What should be the subject of my reflection? And the subject has stayed the same. Community. As the first moments of this unbelievable trauma began to unfold, and we got word that the first responders went immediately into full gear and operation. The firefighters, the police, the medical personnel. Of course, the news spread quickly then to the neighbors, the churches, the teachers, surrounding communities. Immediately, it was all most of us focused on how we could begin to deal and come together to comfort each other and pray for this dear family. The candlelight service last Thursday was an unprecedented event for Holy Family. We came together to comfort, to cry, to hug and to hold, to share, and yes, most powerfully, to pray to our Lord through all this raw pain, that we be consoled through the message of Christ, hope, and love. And we so need to continue with this spirit of Jesus' love. Part of my first draft involves sharing a moment in time when our children were very small, 6, 4, and 2, I think. Art had been offered and accepted a position in the Midwest. So off we went, leaving community and all our family behind. Our little family was a strong nucleus, and Art and I did not make this decision lightly. We spent many days talking about this important moment in our lives. But as we settled in, I so needed more support and some community. Michelle's first grade class in the parochial school didn't need my efforts or support in the classroom. The hospital didn't need my offering of volunteerism. And even our church, which we attended every Sunday, at least to my recall, no one came up to welcome us, to greet us, to say, oh, your new faces here. Are you new? Welcome. So those seeds obviously were planted pretty deeply because it's come to light over these last few days. And I think that is why I have embraced radical hospitality in our church as I have. The greeting that is done now at our doors of our church that actually began in COVID is what is the beginning of a welcoming gesture of inviting Christ's love into the hearts and minds of those visiting our church or being present every week in our church. And it has to come from us. It's part of the pastoral plan that our priests have mentioned from the altar, and it will begin to unfold in greater ways where we will spread this radical hospitality in many areas in our church. I have seen it happening already. I have seen the faces of those welcoming and being welcomed. We so need each other. I have a favorite song of mine that's been twirling around in my head the last couple of weeks. It's from the 70s, Diana Ross. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can.